What the duck is up, everyone? Thank you for joining us for another episode of DuckTakes. As always, with me, my co-host Garrett.
Hi.
Put a fucking smile on your goddamn face.
Sometimes I like to answer the camera all awkward, though. Like I'm not supposed to be here.
As what?
Like I'm not supposed to be here.
You're not supposed to be here. Get the fuck out. All right. So how's everyone doing today? How are you doing today?
Worse now that I have a hole in my fucking shirt.
Dude. Like Garrett hasn't learned that picking up a cat, there's like a 50% chance.
Picking up your cat.
No.
Picking up your cat.
Picking up a cat, you have a
picking up a cat.
No. Picking up a cat, you have a 50% chance of them fucking squirming and getting a hole in your shirt.
Really? You want to know what the chances of picking up my cat and getting a
that's
fucking
one
hole?
cat. That's one cat.
No.
That's one cat.
No, try a well-behaved cat.
No, that's one cat.
No, try a well-behaved cat.
Pick up Snowball. What's gonna happen?
Who said
gonna
Snowball
squirm.
is well-behaved? It's a good cat?
Find a well-behaved cat.
Mine.
Your cat has 3 legs.
And?
There's less of a chance. There's literally statistically less of a chance of her putting a hole in your shirt. She has 1 less toe. She has 5 less toes. 4 toes? 5 toes? There's already a quarter of a chance dropping of your cat putting a hole in your shirt. Actually, probably half, because that mostly happens from the back legs. Which your cat is missing a back leg. So make that 50% chance dropping.
She is more than capable of putting a hole in a fucking
She
shirt.
literally statistically has half the chance of putting a hole in a shirt.
I don't have to worry about though because
she's missing a leg.
No, because she doesn't squirm
she's
like a
missing a
fucking
leg.
spaz.
Because she's missing a leg.
No, because she's a well-behaved cat.
You don't-
Oliver's listening with tears in his
Yeah.
eyes.
You don't-
He's upset.
You don't pick up a fucking cat around a stranger and expect them not to squirm.
Lila wouldn't do that.
Lila literally has 50% chance less of putting a hole in a
I don't
shirt.
know where his math is coming from, but
Because
it's
it
not
always
right.
happens from the back paws.
Yeah, it's only the back.
And what's Lila missing? A back leg.
And guess what? If she were to use that back leg to jump off of you, all of the weight of her body would be pressing off of that one back paw. So actually, she would be putting a way bigger hole in your fucking shirt if she managed to grip
And
it.
guess what? That back paw.
That hole grows so big you have to throw
Yeah.
the shirt out.
I hope Lila puts a hole in your shirt tomorrow.
She's not gonna do it because she's a good fucking cat.
No, I'm gonna make her do it.
Nope.
I'm gonna make her do it.
Nope.
So Thunderbolts and Phase 5 have concluded. Thunderbolts actually has officially concluded because apparently we have a new name to the movie as well. Thunderbolts is now retitled The New Avengers. As we knew we find out that that's what the asterisk was standing for in Thunderbolts. But how do we feel about the name change?
Stupid.
Stupid. Do you think it's stupid? Do you think it's stupid in the sense of that they're using it for their marketing scheme,
Yes.
but not necessarily for the name change of the group themselves?
Correct. That's fine.
Yeah.
But keep the movie the Thunderbolts.
I like the name Thunderbolts, and I think, changing the name of that, well, A, it's a spoiler. So,
Yeah.
and anyone who didn't get to see it in under a week kind of gets that spoiled for them.
Mm-hmm.
And B, Thunderbolts, there's a reason why they're called the Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts,
What's that? The Thunderbolt? Thunderbolt?
No, I like the name the Thunderbolts because, it's like this ragtag team that wasn't supposed to be the group of heroes that they didn't think they could be, that they end up becoming in the Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I like the name. I'm mad that they're changing it for the marketing scheme.
Now, if you want to do it like a month or a few weeks down the road, that's fine.
But why'd they do it so premature?
But I'm surprised, even on my Regal app, my movie app, the poster is changed to the New Avengers. That just seems premature.
It's very premature. People are going to be like, wait, I thought the movie was called Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It's being used to get more butts in theaters, I guess, but a good movie only needs good word of mouth to get people in theaters.
Which this had already.
And it has that. Thunderbolts is getting great word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of changing all the posters, changing all of the posters in the movie app, changing it on social media. Now it is funny how they did copyright the Avengers on social media because Sam Wilson is copywriting the Avengers because they're stealing.
Yeah.
They're essentially stealing the name.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do think it is premature, and I like the Thunderbolts. I like that name. But what are we doing today, Garrett?
Today we are going to be ranking all of the movies that have come out of Phase 4 and 5 in the MCU, and also our top 10 character performances, top 10 characters,
Okay.
however you want to phrase it, post Endgame. So what are some of the greatest characters that we have seen in Phase 4 and 5? It does not have to be one that, came out of 4 and 5. It could be one that has been in previous phases, but who is giving us the best performances post Endgame?
Now, the way I'm looking at this, like, obviously performance is included because the actor makes the character, right? But, I'm looking at it as how well they're being written as well.
Mm-hmm.
What's the story going on with this character in 4 and 5? Is there good character development, a character arc? What is going on with this character in 4 and 5? It doesn't have to be a new character. It doesn't have to be specifically just a great performance, but it's just kind of like all of that like wrapped into one post Endgame for 4 and 5. So yeah, we are going to be ranking the movies as well. What do we have? 13 movies from 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, man, we got shows as well. Phases 4 and 5 were busy.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure. Because not to mention there's like 14 shows to go along with 4 and 5 as well. You had WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Moon Knight, Loki, What If, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, Daredevil, She-Hulk, Agatha, shit, I know there's more. But you get the point.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of projects to come out of Phases 4 and 5, but we will just be ranking the movies. But I mean, I am glad to see Thunderbolts getting the attention it's getting, and people feeling like the MCU is back.
Yeah.
We're getting we get an end credit scene that leads into the next Marvel movie with Fantastic Four. So overall, it's nice to feel like the MCU is back. It's nice to feel like we got characters that the MCU is caring about, and characters that we feel like can put the MCU on their back.
Mm-hmm.
So without further ado, let's do the movie ranking first from 4 and 5. So who wants to go first for that?
You
want me to go first for the movie ranking?
Yep.
You're going to have me go first for the character ranking as well.
Yep.
This is the first time where I'm going to go first for both of them. So, here's my ranking of the MCU movies from Phases 4 and 5. We got 13 movies here. And in last place at number 13, I do have Thor: Love and Thunder.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And a lot of people say, well, Thor: Love and Thunder is just Thor Ragnarok. I think
Andrew just says that.
I don't know. He's not the only one that says that, but I also firmly disagree with that.
Yeah.
I think there's greater consequences, and I mean, at least you feel the weight of it more. I think there's better character development in Thor Ragnarok.
Mm.
There is still a lot of improv in Ragnarok. It's still very comedic, but it really works for that movie, Thor: Love and Thunder. I mean, even Chris Hemsworth himself has said that, Thor: Love and Thunder was not his best work as a character of Thor.
No.
So, if the actor is saying that, then
something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there's definitely a difference between Ragnarok and Thor: Love and Thunder. A lot of wasted potential, as we see with Christian Bale as Gorr the God Butcher.
Yeah.
It feels like we get whiplash from scene to scene, where we get this, great dark monologues from him, and then it just whiplash into fucking goats yelling and Zeus with a skirt, and I mean, he's funny,
He is funny.
but pick a lane. Number 12, I have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Okay. I think we can all collectively agree that those are the bottom two.
Yeah, and I think majority of the rankings you would see those at the bottom too.
Yeah.
And it's not so much that this movie is even better than Thor: Love and Thunder. I guess I just have less of an issue. Like it's, I just was like walking out of the theater, didn't really feel anything from it. I do think Jonathan Major was the best part of that movie. Kang was.
Yeah, for sure.
But
It's it's interesting. These both had terrible plots, but good villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like good performances from our villains here in both of these movies.
Uh-huh.
Some of the more memorable villains, but most forgettable movies.
Yeah.
Which is odd because
it's normally the opposite with Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because even some of the best MCU movies like Guardians of the Galaxy, it does have one of the most forgettable villains.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, we all know how that went. Number 11. Number 11. I'll go Captain America: Brave New World, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's low.
I was not expecting it to be that low, actually.
That's very low, actually.
But I just like,
I mean, what are you putting above that? That's,
I mean, what are you putting below it as well? Like, there's not.
man, I'll tell you what I'm putting below it, but
I just walked out feeling nothing from that movie.
Okay.
Sure, yeah, I enjoyed Sam Wilson as Captain America. I love Anthony Mackie as Captain America, and I like his character a lot in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But it almost feels like they dismiss some of his responsibility in this movie, and like a lot of the focus is on Thaddeus Ross. And
so this means you like Multiverse of Madness more than Brave New World.
yeah, I'm not huge on Multiverse of Madness, but I do like it more than Brave New World. Come on, bro. Hell no. Bro, don't. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the biggest Multiverse of Madness defender. I think it's Multiverse of Mid, but below Brave New World? Come on, bro. Come on. Yeah. Nah, bunch of reshoots with Brave New World and you can tell.
You like Black Widow more than Captain America: Brave New World.
I'll get to that. Number 10, I do have Black Widow. A movie too little too late. But, hey, they finally expanded on Natasha Romanoff and introduces Yelena and introduces Red Guardian. You got two of the best characters in the MCU right now gets introduced in Black Widow. It is not the best movie in the MCU, but it is definitely one of the more grounded ones. It's got some nice themes there with like sex, with trafficking girls and everything, and Taskmaster done dirty, villain forgettable once again. But hey, there's some good downtime in Black Widow. We always love some good downtime. What do we love about Avengers: Age of Ultron? It's got good downtime to just sit down with our families of the MCU. But too little too late, right? But we get Yelena. And that's a big win. He's
also not the star of that movie, but
dude, what she's a co-star.
She's a co-star, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Continue.
All right. Number 9, I have the Marvels.
Okay.
Now, I don't think the Marvels is as bad as people say. I think we get a lot of forgettable villains in Phase 4 and 5. I can't remember the name of the villain for the life of me.
Yeah, I can't either.
I really can't.
Starts with a R, I think.
No, it starts with a D.
Oh.
You're way off. And I may be a little higher on the Marvels than you, but I like Brie Larson in the Marvels more than I did in Captain Marvel.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah. I like Monica Rambeau. I like Kamala Khan. I think all like our main stars, they have good chemistry with each other.
Yeah, it was a decent group.
It was decent. Yeah. I think they have good chemistry with each other.
Yeah.
But just forgettable. But
yeah. And like that whole, like, what was it? They were like, they kept teleporting thing. That part was weird. They kept like, they were like connected. They were all teleporting
during the fight.
Yeah.
I thought that was one of the better parts. Actually.
I mean, okay, but it
made the fight interesting.
The reasoning behind it is what was stupid to me. I was like, why? I was like, wait, they're all connected. Why? They all have similar powers, but none of them had ever met before.
Right.
But Like, it's not like they got their power from like the same source. Like they all, it was just fucking stupid to me about why they kept switching places.
Where am I? 8? Number 8, I'm gonna go Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Interesting.
Look,
I think it's worse than what you're giving it credit for.
Look, I'm not saying
what is memorable about that movie.
I'm not saying it's cream of the crop.
All right, tell me what's memorable about it that puts it over these other ones that you're talking about.
Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
Doctor Strange, the visuals, the
I don't know. Maybe it's the fucking memes and shit from that movie that are not
the memes.
Yeah. Or okay, I don't know.
Pizza Papa?
Or no. There's lazy writing moments in that movie.
I agree. I agree.
I feel like, I don't know, there's just like some glaring flaws that are hard for me to get over. I didn't give a fuck about America Chavez.
No, me neither.
There's like, I don't know. That was like the whole thing. It was all about America Chavez, and it just.
But it is one of the darker MCU movies, which I like. It's got great horror elements to it, obviously with Sam Raimi directing.
I mean, yeah, but.
No, it's definitely got flaws. And I mean, look at that number 8. Like, the movies that I have above it aren't, or below it, aren't.
Cream of the crop.
Yeah. we're not at the cream of the crop right now.
All right.
All right. This is gonna get interesting now.
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. Number 7, I have Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's fine. Okay.
I was expecting maybe some pushback on that.
No, it's a movie that is purely based on fucking cameos and jokes. Like it's enjoyable to watch, but as far as like actual movie quality, it's not the best.
Like, it's fun watching Deadpool and Wolverine, do their missions together, have their interactions, banter back and forth with each other. But again, it's another story that I didn't care about. Like, I didn't feel the heart in it, And I feel like that's been a lot of problems with Phase 4 and 5 movies.
You are concerning me about one movie that you have not said yet.
I'm concerning you.
Yeah.
Interesting. All
Yikes.
right.
I feel like it's probably the next one too, honestly.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
because like any higher and you're kind of insane.
For sure. I know what you're talking about. It's weird. As much of an event Deadpool and Wolverine was, like, I have no desire to rewatch it.
Yeah, I kind of just want to keep that theater experience in my head.
Yeah.
And also, I'm kind of over Ryan Reynolds shtick.
Yeah.
I have Ryan Reynolds fatigue. Like, it's the same person in every fucking movie I've ever seen him in.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and it works really well for the character of Deadpool.
Right.
But I'm just over it.
I think I'm over it too. I mean, well, it's been the same shtick for the last 20 years.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
It kind of is. I'm like, damn, bro, it's like switch up one time.
I'm like, for real, switch up anything. It's like this. It's like the same tone of sarcasm in everything he does.
He even does it in like
it's like that
in press speeches and stuff.
Yeah, it's like that whisper talk. It's weird.
It's It's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like chalkboard. It's like nails on a chalkboard to a certain point.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if this is what you were thinking. Number 6, I have Eternals.
God damn,
Is
bro.
that high?
Yes.
That's high.
Yes.
Eternals was dope.
You gone back and watched Eternals recently?
I would rather rewatch Eternals.
Have you ever gone back and rewatched Eternals?
Have I ever gone back and rewatched any of these? No, I actually haven't.
Holy shit, man. Actually, Guardians Volume 3 I have.
Okay.
But other than that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I would rather rewatch Eternals than I would Deadpool and Wolverine. The story is just more compelling to me.
All 3 hours of it?
That's 2.5. Get over yourself. The story's more compelling. The characters are more compelling.
Fucking 6?
And it's actually got some good humor too. I remember finding that movie pretty funny as well.
Wait, what's his name?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Asian guy, right?
No.
Oh.
Wait.
What are you talking about?
Indian dude.
Oh, was he Indian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you racist. The comedian who got ripped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Oh, yeah. Kamal Nanjiani.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, him. He was funny as hell. But there's another guy too. No, the Asian guy was funny as hell too.
Asian guy.
Like big dude, stronger dude. He was.
Yeah.
He's. That's what I was thinking of. He's in Train to Busan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, they did a speedster, right?
Yeah, Makari.
Mm-hmm.
Makari was dope. Her super speed was dope.
Yeah.
She was like probably my favorite part. She was my favorite person.
There's a lot of moving parts to Eternals. There's a lot of characters. I mean, yeah, they try to pack in too much. Like, honestly, it could have been a TV show. But
yeah, no, this is like one of the few things that would have been better as a TV show.
Number 5, I'll go Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Okay.
I mean, really not much to say about this. I think they
that one has a lot of emotional appeal.
Yeah, I think they handled that as well as they could with the adversity that they were met with. And I did like Namor a lot.
Yeah, Namor was cool. The Killmonger cameo was cool. Great performance from I'm sucking with names tonight.
Letitia Wright.
Yeah, Letitia Wright.
Yeah.
Great performance from her. So there are a lot of positives about Wakanda Forever.
Music's really good too. And Ludwig, who also, did the score for the first Black Panther, but no, there's some parts to it. Do you remember the part when she comes down in her Black Panther suit for the first time and there's like this techno.
No.
Oh man, it's badass. But I like Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Number 4.
Now we're getting into territory, with Black Panther. That's like territory where these movies are
good.
Solid.
Yeah,
they're good.
4.
4, I'm gonna go Thunderbolts.
Okay.
So I think this could move into the top 3.
Yeah.
With a rewatch, but I was really happy and pleased with Thunderbolts. I thought it was a step in the right direction. I mean, I think you got a group of great characters that I think will be great for the future of the MCU. Florence Pugh, I mean, is she not just like one of the best actresses right now?
Kind of.
She is. She really is.
Yeah.
And
she's 29.
Dude, crazy. She's still so young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just got a lot of great characters in Thunderbolts, and it wasn't just your typical superhero movie as well. They defeated the villain with the power of friendship
and love
and just not being alone, Moving in the top 3, number 3, I'm going to go Shang-Chi.
You are so high on Shang-Chi.
I am.
You love Shang-Chi.
I do. And I understand if people think I may be a little crazy for putting it in the top 3 of this ranking.
Maybe
now,
not crazy.
I understand people's complaints about the final act in that movie and the final battle.
Yeah.
I understand. But I don't know. I think, and like I said, Thunderbolts could trump it, but I really did like the character of Shang-Chi. I love the lore of it, the backstory, the Mandarin, and how they also fix the lore of that as well from Iron Man 3.
Retconned it.
Yeah. But also yes and no, because you also get Trevor Slattery back in the story as well.
No, it is retconned though.
Yeah. But it's funny. I think it's got a good story. I think it's interesting culturally as well. It's got great fight choreography.
Yeah, hand-to-hand combat's really good.
Fight choreography is amazing, and the music is really good too.
Yeah.
I like
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
There's a lot of positives about Shang-Chi.
Number 2, I'll go Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Okay.
I haven't completely switched my opinion on Spider-Man: No Way Home. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen it 3 times in theaters. I've not watched it since at home.
I've only seen it once in theaters.
Really?
Yeah, and I haven't seen it since.
I saw it 3 times in theaters. Damn. Great experience. Kind of afraid to go back and rewatch it.
I am too.
But, I think they do still. I still think they did the character of Spider-Man really well in No Way Home.
Yeah.
I really do. And everyone that was complaining about, Tom Holland being Iron Boy Jr., they fixed that. He's starting from the bottom. We get Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. I think Andrew Garfield's character, is also, I'm not going to say maybe a little bit of improvement than what we get in the TASM movies. I mean, his character is great in TASM movies.
Yeah.
But, no, there's a lot of great moments for every single Spider-Man in that movie. Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
It's still a good Spider-Man movie.
And Doc Ock.
Yeah, and Doc Ock. And Jamie Foxx gets that hairline fixed. Electro gets that hairline fixed.
I love how they made a joke about that too. Like how he was a complete dweeb in the other universe. And they're like, why do you look like that?
Yeah. Nah, there are, plot holes in Spider-Man No Way Home. It does have its flaws, but I think it's still, it's still good. Number one, I do think it is unanimously Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Mm-hmm.
Best group of characters. James Gunn knows how to do his characters. Such just great character development throughout that whole trilogy. And the music is always fire. I mean, it's Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I don't have to explain anything else. It's a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. It's one of the best trilogies, superhero trilogies, and the best trilogy in the MCU.
Yeah.
So that's my top 10. I think, what was your biggest shock?
Fucking Eternals, bro. Why is it so high? Why is Eternals so high? It makes no sense to me. All right. Anyway, this is my ranking of the Phase 4 and 5 MCU movies.
Ooh, here we go.
All right. Number 13, I do have Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Okay.
It's fucking stupid CGI fest. I hated what they did with the character of MODOK. He looks ridiculous. I hate how so as much as I love Kang in that movie, I hate how weak they made him look.
Right.
Just like, was that, I don't know, is this like some weaker variant of Kang? How the fuck did he just get defeated by ants? That made absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, honestly, and what really sucks about this movie too is like they kind of took away what made the first two Ant-Man movies work. And honestly, like that was his crew.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was like a lot of comedy
They were
thrown
the
in there.
heist movies.
Yeah, they were heist
MCU.
movies. They were great.
Yeah.
And
Did we even get a Carlos monologue in that?
No, nothing. Fuck, it's terrible.
That's what it was missing.
But yeah, no, they just like kind of took away everything that made the Ant-Man movies special. So it like loses extra points for taking something good and turning it bad.
I mean, not that Ant-Man and the Wasp was any better, but the first Ant-Man.
True. Yeah. First Ant-Man was good. And Ant-Man and the Wasp, at least like we had the gang and like a Carlos monologue.
Yeah.
Number 12, I do have Thor, Love and Thunder. What bumps this up for me is definitely going to be Christian Bale's performance.
Okay.
That's what's going to put it over Quantumania. Because like as much as I do like Kang's performance, I feel like we don't get
enough of him.
Yeah, we don't get enough of him. I feel like we get even less than what we do of Gore the God Killer.
Butcher.
Yeah, that. Gore the God Butcher. And there are some moments in Thor Love and Thunder that I did find genuinely funny. Obviously they went way too hard with the comedy, but I feel like there are some good emotional moments, and maybe there's even like that deleted scene I'm thinking of that's kind of bumping it over right now. I get it's a deleted scene, but it's between him and Zeus, and it was like a different way they went about him getting the lightning bolt. I wish they would have put more moments in like that.
Yeah,
I feel like it had a lot of potential, and they just kind of flopped on it.
I feel like those were moments that was put into Thor Ragnarok, that stayed in on Thor Ragnarok and not on the cutting room floor.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate. I feel like this movie had a lot of potential, but they just flopped. Also, we get a dope Thor suit with the fur. I love that. That suit.
Also, the fight scene on the planet where it almost looks like a neo-noir movie.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe. I guess you could flip-flop between Ant-Man and Thor Love and Thunder. Yeah. Not that it really matters.
No, not really. I like Thor Love and Thunder just a little bit more. You're making me question myself now. But at 11, I have Black Widow.
I mean, I have that at 10.
I mean, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Black Widow, forgettable ass villain.
I've seen some people say it's better on rewatch.
And now that I'm thinking about it, like it may be. I just have never gone back to rewatch it. But yeah, like the Yelena moments, you're right, those are good.
I think now knowing more of the father-daughter relationship between Yelena and Red
We'd
Guardian.
appreciate it more.
Yeah, it would make it better on a rewatch. So
Yeah.
it makes sense if Black Widow would go up on someone's ranking after a rewatch.
Yeah, and Red Guardian, like, he's still funny as hell in
Yeah.
this, where he's like, okay, there's no need to get nasty. Do you remember when she was talking about the Red Room, how they do the hysterectomy?
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie suffers from a forgettable villain, some terrible CGI, the fact that it should have came out like 5 years prior.
For sure.
So there are a lot of things working against it, which sucks because I feel like we all would have been down for, a Black Widow movie before her death happens in, Endgame. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, that fell to 11 for me. Number 10, I have Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are going to be upset of how low we do have Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I don't
get the appeal. I really don't. Like, I don't really like how
it's the fact that they try to get you to care about America Chavez, but they write her character so poorly in this movie.
I don't like that she's like the main thing. Like, she
Right.
is what's so important. Like, she's what this entire fuss is being made over. And I could not care less.
Right.
I don't like how they did Wanda at the end of the movie. My theory is she's still alive.
She's definitely still alive.
I don't know. It just.
But also, I don't think.
But also, okay, they also haven't touched up on it since
Yeah.
it happened. I'm like, so for all these years now, after this movie has come
Yeah.
out, we're supposed to believe that Wanda is dead. And I'm like, I know that that's not the case. I want it to not be the case. Why haven't you given me any kind of confirmation that she's not dead?
And it's interesting too because since that movie, Elizabeth Olsen has made comments how she doesn't want to be remembered for the MCU when it comes to her film catalog. So now it's like, okay, then does that mean you don't want to be a part of the MCU anymore? Are you going to make any more movies with the MCU? So I wonder
I don't know
where they're going with that character.
No idea. But I don't know. I just felt like the multiverse was done kind of poorly.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really care about seeing the Illuminati. The Illuminati wasn't exciting for me.
It wasn't as exciting as everyone thought it was going to be.
No, especially with like how many times we've seen Captain Carter. It's exhausting at this point.
Well,
if you've watched What If. But I don't know. It's
like they want to put her in the main timeline so bad.
They really do.
Just do it.
Seriously. But yeah, I don't know. It's just another mid movie in the collection of Phase 4 and 5 to me.
People are not gonna like that.
What?
I said people are not gonna like that.
Whatever. They can deal with it. Number 9, I do have Eternals.
Okay.
Yeah, you had this at 6. That's crazy.
Look, like I said, it's not cream of the crop, but I
Cream of the crop.
I definitely think it's better than Brave New World.
Trying to do way too much in too little a time, introducing all these characters and giving us a villain that, again, we cannot remember. I think there are some positives with the CGI and like, bro, that fight that they have at the end of the movie, I do love that fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good fight, especially with how they did the super speed for Makari. Makari's super speed looks dope.
Mm-hmm.
I liked how creative they got with their powers, especially like Brian
Tyree Henry.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
Tyrese.
Is it Tyrese or Tyree? That's what I didn't know.
No, Brian Tyree Henry.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and how Brian Tyree Henry, like how he uses his abilities.
Mm-hmm.
I love that he's like this construction guy and he was like building all these contraptions to like keep Icarus down. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a lot of like, let's get the gang together kind of thing.
There's a lot of layers to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot to unpack. A lot of history to go through as well.
Yes. So I
also forget that Barry Keoghan's in this movie too. There's a lot of great actors in this movie.
There is. And I think this
Selma Hayek, Angelina Jolie is in this movie.
It would have worked better as a show, man. It really would have.
Probably. There are so many good actors in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Kit Harington.
Yeah, bro, it's unfortunate.
Rob Stark, baby.
This movie had potential, bro.
You have the Starks in this movie and it's not hired?
Yeah. Nah, it had potential. It really did have potential, but they just
got the reunion of Winterfell
flopped.
in this movie.
And also, bro, they did this whole thing with a Celestial being born in the hand, and then it didn't get addressed until recently.
Yeah.
They finally addressed that.
I feel very confident in having Eternals where I have it at number 6.
All right, Blake, whatever. At number 8, I do have the Marvels.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the Marvels. I thought it was a good time. There were some jokes in there that didn't land for me. The singing planet pissed me off.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna piss you off. You hate musicals.
I hate musicals.
And to top it off, you got Brie Larson in that musical for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I like Brie Larson.
I hate Captain Marvel, bro. I hate Captain Marvel. But yeah, I did enjoy this more than Captain Marvel for sure.
Yes.
The chemistry between our 3 main characters was also good as well. Was this also, I forget, was this dealing with the Kree and bullshit or no? No, that wasn't this.
Yeah.
Not the Kree. I mean the Skrulls. Skrulls. I don't think that wasn't this. I'm an idiot. That wasn't this movie. But yeah, and again, it's funny how many of these movies just suffer from a weak villain. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Here's another weak villain. Number 7. All right, this might be the only thing that I might change later, but I do have Captain America: Brave New World.
Okay.
That might be kind of
damn, and yeah, I got it at 11.
Yeah, you got that low.
So that's a big difference for us.
I might, yeah.
And again, I don't.
Villain, stupid, forgettable. Don't know. They could, and not that the leader is a bad villain in like comics and stuff, but they just flopped that character. But I liked seeing Sam Wilson as Captain America. Red Hulk fight was pretty cool, even though I kind of wish they kept the Red Hulk thing quiet. I think that would have been cool to. Honestly, I guarantee
that would have been pretty crazy to see in theaters,
right, dude? Yeah. I guarantee you that movie would have had a way better reception had they kept that secret. But Possibly. They literally revealed like the whole thing.
Yeah.
So it kind of destroyed the hype around it.
Also, Giancarlo Esposito's character, like, what? I don't.
Was there for like almost no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, you can feel the reshoots.
You can feel the reshoots, and I wish they would have used the actors that they had just like more effectively, because it's like they did have a good cast.
Mm-hmm.
I did like Harrison Ford's performance a lot, though.
No, I think his Thaddeus. I think Harrison Ford's Thaddeus Ross, added more depth to that character.
It did for sure.
But,
yeah. But yeah,
Harrison Ford's a funny guy, man. Have you? Dude, I don't know why.
Hearing him talk about like all the geek stuff is hilarious.
Dude, I love watching interviews of Harrison Ford.
He knows nothing.
It's not even that, bro. It's just like his sarcastic bullshit as well. That's so funny.
Well, I didn't know I was gonna be red.
And like, what was it? That one interview that he did for Blade Runner 2049, with this British lady. She's a popular journalist, over in England. And Ryan Gosling asked the interviewer, like, "Oh, are you a fan of the original?" And she goes, "Never seen it." And Harrison Ford just bust out laughing. Like, he finds shit like that so funny. Like, yeah, I don't need to simp to these, movies and actors and stuff. And I just saw a TikTok video of how Mark Hamill was one of only 3 people to know that Darth Vader was going to be Luke Skywalker's father.
Yeah.
And he had to keep that secret for 1.5 years. He couldn't tell anybody, and this was before social media.
Yeah.
So if it got leaked, they would know who it came from.
Uh-huh.
And the night of the premiere of The Empire Strikes Back, he's sitting next to Harrison Ford, and that scene happens where he reveals that he's his father.
Yeah.
And he does a great Harrison Ford impression of him just leaning over to Mark Hamill and going, "Hey, kid, you didn't fucking tell me that." And it's just the most Harrison Ford response to that scene.
Yeah.
Like, not even like, holy shit, just like, "You didn't fucking tell me that."
Have you seen the part where it was another interview where Mark Hamill, he's talking about how, where they're in like the sewer thing and he gets pulled under by that creature in A New Hope.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah.
So, and then they're shooting the next scene, after that had just happened.
Okay.
And Mark Hamill, he's saying to, George Lucas, and he's like saying, wait, we just had the sewer scene. Wouldn't my hair be like all wet and have a bunch of smuts in it, whatever?
Yeah.
And Harrison Ford, he just leans over, he's like, kid, it's not that kind of movie. What does that even mean? Like, it's not that serious, I guess. Like, he just did not care enough about the continuity on screen. And especially it being A New Hope. Like, it's, nobody knew what this was going to turn into.
No, yeah.
So Harrison Ford was just like, he's like, bro, it's not that big a deal.
I mean, bless George Lucas. He believed in what it was going to be so bad, but just the actors on set did not.
It's so funny. All right, moving on.
Okay.
Number 6, I do have Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay. I think it's, nice middle tier.
It is very nice middle. It's just a fun movie. It is just a fun movie. Again, another one I don't really want to go back and watch because I feel like it might ruin the theater experience that I have with it. But, off rip, like, getting to see Deadpool, getting to see Wolverine on the big screen, like we've always wanted to happen, like they've always wanted to happen. Freaking Ryan Reynolds has wanted this to happen for a while.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, they just have great chemistry together. They're friends in real life, so that clearly translates on screen. I liked our villain in this movie. She was actually a very intriguing character that I knew nothing about.
Intriguing character, but I think
They could have done more with her.
Like her reasoning just seemed generic.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. I wish there was like a bigger, like ultimate goal that would have been better. But
till you're 90.
But yeah, till you're 90. It's funny. It's got the cameos. It's a fun movie. Number 5, I also have Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I think that's a good spot for it. A lot of emotional appeal. Namor, great villain in that movie. Even though he's like not really a villain, just kind of like trying to protect his people. So
yeah,
I think that's another thing that like makes him compelling.
And we do know he's going to be in Avengers Doomsday now, so I'm very curious to see.
I mean, he'll probably be like, I feel like he's going to be like on our side,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, his ultimate goal is to protect his people.
Yeah, and if Doom, presents a threat to that, he'll defend it. So,
interesting power set too.
Yeah, I think Shuri stepped into the mantle like pretty damn well as we could, with this entire situation that they got presented with Chadwick Boseman passing. But yeah, Wakanda Forever. Very emotional, very intriguing movie. I did not love Ironheart, but that's...
Dude, that show's coming out in like a month.
I saw that. I saw that, actually. I'm not looking forward to it.
I don't even know if I'm I have no desire to watch it.
CGI better be good. It better be better than it was in Black Panther because it looked like shit in Black Panther. I hated the way they did it. Looks so fake. Number 4, I have Shang-Chi. So, honestly, everything you said, it's, the hand-to-hand combat. It's got some good comedic moments in there. We get our boy Clev back. All right, guys, I used to do karate. I'm gonna be grading this fight.
We got Dylan G in the MCU
in Shang-Chi.
Okay, Spider-Man,
but yeah,
do a flip.
Music was good. Villain was good, and we have like some chemistry between our hero and the villain because it's his freaking father.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a great dynamic there, and the actor who plays his father too. Damn, I forget his name, but
he's a great actor.
Yeah,
yeah,
he's like a legendary actor across China, and fantastic performance.
Yeah, no, they could have done without like the giant CGI dragon at the end, but that's probably like the biggest criticism about that movie.
Tony Long.
All right, number 3, I have the Thunderbolts or the New Avengers. No, it's Thunderbolts. As we all recently saw, Thunderbolts is a great movie. Chemistry between Yelena and Red Guardian, I love. Plus just like a lot of good like side characters in that movie with Bucky and
John Walker.
and Ghost, who unfortunately we don't get to see too often, and then
Yeah,
Taskmaster, the star of the entire show. No, but I did love the introduction of Sentry. I thought they did Sentry very well, especially with like his transition from Sentry into the Void. I thought that was really cool.
The design of the Void was sick too.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. And apparently some people are mad about that because it doesn't look like comic version of the Void. But I was like, I thought it looked pretty dope.
Looks dope.
It looked pretty dope to me. And yeah, just kind of made me hopeful for the future of the MCU and, what we have to look forward to with the end credit scenes and like, the characters that they introduced. And it seems like they're going to be playing a pretty prominent role in the future of the MCU. So 3, I have Thunderbolts. All right.
Do we have the same top 2?
Okay. I'm conflicted in the top 2.
Okay.
I am conflicted. I'm just going to talk about them both. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right. So when it comes to the top 2, it is obviously between Spider-Man No Way Home and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Mm-hmm.
So now I know in my heart that Guardians Volume 3 is a better movie from like top to bottom critically, with the acting in it. Maybe not even the acting. Like
acting's great in No Way Home.
We get some dope acting in No Way Home, especially from Andrew Garfield and honestly everybody kind of across the board.
Yeah.
Like all of our Spider-Man, Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Like we get some great acting in No Way Home. And Green Goblin is like one of the reasons why that's a very strong case for why that might be number 1 for me. Plus that insane theater experience as well. Like that's going to live on in my memory forever. But as far as like emotional attachment, I feel like Guardians 3 is the winner in that sense. Especially with all the stuff we see from Rocket. Like, bro, those scenes with Lila, hey, that's where my cat gets her name.
Yeah.
There's some heartbreaking scenes. And also, bro, High Evolutionary is a great villain to come out of that.
Yeah, one of the stronger villains in phases 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And I think there's also, it's Guardians group, like it's also funny as hell. I think Dave Bautista and Mantis, Drax and Mantis are really funny in it.
They're a good duo.
Especially that one scene where she makes that one guy fall in love with
Yeah. You're hopelessly in love with him.
That scene was funny as hell.
And he's like, hey. Hi. What's your name? Drax the Destroyer. Oh, that's a beautiful name. No, it is very funny. And bro, Nathan Fillion just doing side quests in anything.
Yeah. That's great.
And even Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
He's funny in that too. And I think he's another great addition to that cast.
Should he be funny? He's kind of like a newborn child, so it kind of makes sense that he does.
He's like, half baked is how they describe it. Like he wasn't totally done.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a difficult one. I think.
So what's number 1?
I think number 1, I am gonna go No Way Home just for like the event. That's how I had it written on my list.
Mm-hmm.
But like, bro, the event of it is awesome. I like that it's like it's a bit of a darker story too. We lose Aunt May in that movie and we see a little bit more anger come out of Tom Holland like we hadn't seen before. Yeah, Willem Dafoe, bro. Willem Dafoe just like keeps bumping it up there for me. Like I love Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, he's one of the best parts of that movie for sure.
Yeah. So I'll do that at 1. Guardians 2.
Whoa.
Or Guardians 3 at
Guardians
number
3 at 2.
at number 2.
All right. Very interesting. A little bit of a switch up between both of our lists, mostly in the middle there. Top 5, I think we had all the same movies though.
Yeah.
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 So, all right. Well, let us know what you think. Let us know wherever you're listening what your ranking is of the MCU movies phases 4 and 5. But let's go ahead and move on to our top 10 characters in the MCU since Endgame.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna kind of speed run this one.
Yeah, these don't have to be new characters. They can be old characters, but
They just had to play a prominent role
Right.
post Endgame.
post Endgame, great performances, whether it be great story art, how well their character is written.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going first again?
Yep.
All right then. All right, so these are my top 10 MCU characters since Endgame. Number 10, I'll go Shang-Chi.
Okay.
I'm definitely higher up in that movie than most people, it seems like.
Uh-huh.
But I do like that character a lot. Number 9, I'll go Rocket.
Okay.
You could argue his character could be higher. I think incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I understand. He does become the main character for Guardians Volume 3. And there's a great backstory behind there. But I mean, it is, I still, we still have like seen this Rocket, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Actually, switch up. Number 9, I'll go Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop?
Kate Bishop. I really like Haley
Want some
Steinfeld as Kate
macaroni?
Bishop. Gee, I wonder why. Haley Steinfeld. Lord have mercy.
Haley Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld. So number 9, I'll go Kate Bishop.
All right.
I'm excited to see what the future holds for her, but we
Yeah.
haven't gotten a whole lot. Number 8, I will go Rocket.
Okay.
Number 7, I'll go John Walker.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm shocked he made the top 10.
You're shocked.
Kind of.
No, I think John Walker is a very interesting character, especially in Falcon and Winter Soldier. They make him have more punchlines in Thunderbolts. Maybe they did, waste a little bit of potential there.
Yeah.
But I think that's an interesting character for sure. Maybe Rocket deserves to be higher.
Dog, keep going.
Okay.
You wrote the list.
I'll keep going. Whatever. Number 6, I'll go Spider-Man, Peter Parker.
Okay.
I mean, technically, we do get 2 movies from him since Endgame with Far From Home and No Way Home.
Yeah, but wasn't Far From Home technically Phase 4?
No, it was the last movie.
I mean 3. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, it was the last movie of Phase 3.
Yeah.
But no, that we were just talking about it. No Way Home it's a different Peter Parker than what we saw in the previous installments for MCU Spider-Man. No more Iron Boy Jr.
Yeah.
He's starting from the bottom, listening to the police scanners, making his homemade suits. Like, this is what everyone wanted from Spider-Man.
We don't quite get all of that yet. It's
Well,
gonna
that's
happen.
how it ends. Yeah, that's gonna happen. But I'm saying the development and the arc to get there in No Way Home was
cool.
great.
Yeah.
5, I'm gonna go Kingpin.
Oh.
From what we just saw in Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah.
I think Kingpin was done better than Daredevil was in the show.
Dang.
In Daredevil Born Again.
Uh-huh.
I think this is like the most power that we've seen from Kingpin. I think this is like the most change we've seen from him compared to like episode 1 to the final episode.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to be a problem
Okay.
to deal with. Number 4, I'll go He Who Remains.
Okay.
I really like this character. I know we're not going to see any more of this character.
No, but I mean, we're just talking about like his performance and what we saw in 4 and 5. Yeah, that's fine. He's an intriguing character.
Very intriguing character. And,
and that's the gambit.
And no, I think Jonathan Majors, he gave a great performance.
He bodied that role, bro.
Yeah, he did. And I think remember that conversation in Loki season 2 at the end? That was one of the better conversations that we've had in the MCU in Phases 4 and 5.
And who do you think paved that road?
This isn't the first time we've had this conversation, is it?
And what makes you think this isn't the first time we've had this conversation?
Fantastic stuff.
It's great.
Number 3,
Yeah.
I'll go Scarlet Witch. Now, you don't like Scarlet Witch in WandaVision? You forgetting WandaVision?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think she's fantastic in WandaVision.
She is.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be the case.
Yes.
It wouldn't,
if we were basing this just off of Multiverse of Madness, no, she wouldn't be as high on this list.
She wouldn't even be in my top 10 based on Multiverse of Madness.
I mean, I like that we get to see a little darkness from her in Multiverse of Madness. But just how they end her character, I understand
Yeah.
why you would have a problem with that. But in WandaVision, we really get to see like the pain that she's going through of losing vision and her creating this whole town because of that.
I like the placement based on WandaVision.
Yes.
Low key forgot about that because that was the first thing in Phase 4.
Yes. No, she's great. Number 2, I'm going to go Yelena. I think Yelena is a top tier character at this point in the MCU.
Yeah.
Is it because of Florence Pugh? 100%. 100%. Yeah. She is so charismatic as this character. She absolutely knows how to body this character, and just they are off to a better start with giving her character backstory and development than they did with Natasha Romanoff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people talking about this online too, with how they really sexualized Scarlett Johansson's performance of Black Widow in the beginning. 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, just you go back and watch Iron Man 2, Avengers. She bad. but like we have Florence Pugh, we have Yelena as replacing Scarlet Witch, and that is like the last thing you think about. Florence Pugh, drop dead gorgeous, right? But that's not what you think about when you think about the character of Yelena.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
So just they're already off to such a better start with her.
You think about her pockets in her vest.
I forgot about that. Number one. Who do you think it is?
Man, I know who it is.
Who is it?
Loki.
It's Loki.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
the acting, character arc, everything. And like now who he has become.
Yeah.
God of stories.
Yeah.
Who else could it be?
I just
most well-developed character in this phase.
I can't believe that we got him in like what 5-6 movies, and then they just deliver amazing character arc and story with 2 seasons of Loki that has just made everyone fall in love with this character. Even if you already had been in love with him, if you didn't, now you definitely do. Like, he has become definitely one of the heartbeats of the MCU moving forward.
Yeah.
For sure. Hit me.
At number 10, this might surprise you, but I do have the High Evolutionary.
Okay.
High Evolutionary was a fire performance. I thought that this is a villain that I had never really heard of, and he had my attention immediately. There were some intense acting scenes with that, and I love all the background that we got between him and Rocket, and like it made that final climax of the movie like that much more meaningful.
Yeah.
So I think High Evolutionary was a dope villain, deserves to be on this list. Could have put Green Goblin, but I felt like that was kind of cheating because like most of why we love him is from Spider-Man 1, and also we don't see too much of him in No Way Home.
I mean, he's the main villain, but
he is the main villain, but we don't see like too much of him.
He's so good in Spider-Man 1.
Number 9. Do I have a 9? Did I write 9? Yeah. Number 9, speaking of Spider-Man, I do have Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like,
he's still Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's still Spider-Man. Yeah. Great character. But not like the peak of the character that we've seen. But he's still got a future in the MCU. Belongs to be on this list. Number 8, I do also, I don't think you have him at the same spot, but I do have Kingpin.
Okay. Yeah, I was higher.
Yeah. Fire villain. Terrifying performance in Daredevil.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what happens in the future with him.
Yeah.
So number 8, I'll have to go Kingpin.
I think I'm just really excited to see like
what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 7. I gotta stop saying Number 7, Wanda.
Okay.
I do have Wanda.
So I was a lot higher than you on that.
You were a lot higher than me on that. I think like part of the reason is because Multiverse of Madness is taking her down a notch, even though I do love WandaVision. And also, I'm kind of thinking about this list also in terms of like what's going to happen in the future. And I don't know what her future holds because as far as we know, she's dead. So I think that might be taking her down a little bit for me. Number 6, Shang-Chi. I do have Shang-Chi. Hey, it's a great character, great movie, and a lot of potential for the future. God, I feel like I'm just repeating myself here, but
yeah, unfortunately, they haven't capitalized on that. But
yeah, they have not capitalized on it. The hand-to-hand combat in that movie was great. Also, even more impressive when you find out that Simu Liu had not done any of that before.
Oh yeah, that was his first. Wasn't that his first like major movie?
Yeah.
Had he even done it?
Yeah, he had no idea all the fighting. He learned all that
That's
for
dope.
that movie.
Yeah.
So it makes it that much more impressive. Number 5, I have He Who Remains. Extremely interesting character. Love Jonathan Majors' performance. Honestly, it's always cool when you get like a character who's just like very all-knowing, but very like cool about it at the same time. They're just like a humble, all-knowing character.
Yeah.
And it makes me just like, I don't know. It makes me want to listen to what he has to say.
Yeah.
The writing for his dialogue was very good in the show.
Yeah.
Number 4, I have Rocket.
It's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have him a lot higher. That was such an emotional performance to come out of Guardians 3. Again, and now he's the leader. He has a future in the MCU. I feel like that's playing a bigger role in my ranking here.
I mean, again, I wonder what that role will be because I don't know what they're going to use him for down the road.
I don't know, but he is the leader of the Guardians.
Yeah.
So clearly a bigger role in the future.
I know some people don't like that they switched the main character in Guardians 3, but I still feel like we get enough of Peter to feel like he, shares that spotlight with Rocket as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My number 3 might shock you.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh,
all right.
Shit.
Number 3
Wait, it's going to shock me?
might shock you.
Trying to think who.
Just let me say it.
Okay. Who's number 3?
Moon Knight.
Wow.
How is he not even on your list?
I mean, I liked the show Moon Knight, but I mean, yeah,
Bro,
he could make the top.
The show, while not being amazing,
Right.
the character himself was so cool. Oscar Isaac's performance, fire. Fire performance of this character and switching back and forth between the two personalities.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought it was a different person every single time. And this is another character where I think the future is so bright if they choose to capitalize on Moon Knight, which they need to. And it pisses me off that they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, the things that take away from that show are not because of the character himself. It was just because of the
CGI finale.
It was the CGI finale that everybody hated. Like everybody hated that it all led to that. But everything up until that was fire.
Yeah, he could make my top 10.
Yeah.
And I kind of regret now not putting him in there.
Because
I was a Moon Knight defender.
Yeah, bro. I mean, 3 might be high, I will be honest, but
all right.
Fire character.
I'm throwing him in my top 10.
All right. Number 2 is Yelena.
And number 1.
And number 1 is Loki.
Okay. No,
those are the solidified top 2.
Yeah, dude, I think those are 2 peak characters that we have going for us right now in the MCU. And I think characters that have quite the future in the MCU as well.
They do have a future.
Even though it seems like, though you could argue that Tom Hiddleston's Loki story has concluded.
It has. But he's going to be in Doom.
He's going to be in Doomsday.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But
on your ass like white on rice.
Okay. All right. Well, that's going to go. No, I'm not doing that. Go.
What?
Conclude the fucking episode.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it, folks. There's our rankings for today's marvelous episode. Get it? Well, let us know who your favorite characters of the MCU has been since Avengers Endgame, and let us know what your ranking of the MCU movies in Phase 4 and 5 are. Fantastic Four, First Steps will be the first movie for Phase 6. And I don't know. I mean, I think Thunderbolts was a nice step. Daredevil was a nice step. So Phase 6, we could be back. I think we could be back.
I think we're back. Daredevil.
As always, thank you for making it this far in the episode. Wherever you're listening to this on Apple, Spotify, make sure you give us a rating and review. Make sure you're signing up for our Patreon as well, where you can get a lot of bonus episodes, entry into our giveaways, and discount on merch. And shout out to our protector of the realm right now, Connor Roan. As always, with me, my co-host Garrett. And we will see you guys next time on DuckTakes.
See you guys.